Hi, I'm Mitchell Ringos. Welcome to Word for Word, where we offer you an in-depth look at some of our interviews with newsmakers from across the region. You'll have the opportunity to hear word for word how they responded to the news of the day. About 300 people from Kashechewan First Nation are being evacuated to Thunder Bay due to flooding in the remote community near James Bay. The province again asked our city to serve as a host community, and those evacuees began to arrive.
We were just sent here. We don't know a lot about what's happening, so can you just give us the Coles Notes on?
Yeah. Recently, the chief of Kashechewan First Nation decided to evacuate their community. The evacuees are going to several communities across northern Ontario. Thunder Bay is one of them, and today we are receiving 300 evacuees.
Do you know when they're expected to arrive?
I don't know the precise times because there have been changes to some flights, but we do expect 300 to arrive today.
And so just walk us through what the city's role in this is and what you do to accommodate these folks.
The chief of a First Nation makes the decision to evacuate the community. The chief alerts the province of Ontario, the Provincial Operations Centre. As the host community, the city's Municipal Emergency Control Group coordinates the response to the evacuation, and that involves several partnerships and outside entities not limited to the city of Thunder Bay. For example, Fort William First Nation is involved, the Canadian Red Cross, the province of Ontario through the PEOC, and the Government of Canada and Indigenous Services Canada and other entities are all involved in providing holistic wraparound support for evacuees who are here under duress.
And that 300 people, we've seen numbers like that in the past, but it's a fairly large number.
It's 300 people is large-ish. We have had over 1,000 at one time that we've hosted, but 300 is a considerable amount.
And I'm assuming the evacuees will be hosted in a local hotel, is that fair to say?
Yes, they're hosted in local hotels. Services are provided, food, of course, shelter, but also cultural services, services for children, healthcare, both chronic and immediate healthcare, and safety and security. And all of this is funded through Indigenous Services Canada.
This is the first time the city is hosting evacuees this year, correct?
That's right.
And do you have any expectation that we'll be seeing more in the coming weeks, or is it hard to say?
I wouldn't, it's not about expectation, but certainly would not be unexpected, nor would it be unusual. In particular, when you look at the effects of climate change, when it comes to flooding, earlier flooding, more flooding, flooding in different areas, forest fires, dry, I think generally it's probably safe to predict that there will be more evacuations in the coming years.
I know during COVID there was a time when the city kind of said we were at capacity in terms of hosting evacuees. Is there a max capacity that we have in general looking forward to this year?
The maximum capacity is contingent and contextual. How many hotel rooms are available at a given time? What is the impact on our emergency services? What can healthcare provide? What can volunteer and government entities all provide? So it's multifactorial. And the Emergency Control Group considers all of these factors before a decision is made to become a host.
Have you heard anything at this point about how long you might expect folks to be here?
No, I can't predict, but we're ready and we will give them a positive experience.
Okay. My last question, Norm, is just we've kind of talked around it, but can you just talk about why this is an important role for the city to fill?
It's about neighbors helping neighbors. You know what? People are being uprooted from their homes with uncertain prospects. And what we want to do is give them, while they're under duress, a positive experience in the city of Thunder Bay. And we think that's important. So we put some effort behind it. And it's a lot of things behind this. It's safety and security, it's shelter, it's food, but it's also culture. It's also about children and giving them a positive experience, and healthcare and social care. So it's important to us to lend a helping hand and to provide a positive experience.
It was a night to recognize not just the success of local businesses, but all they do to support our community. The Thunder Bay Chamber of Commerce hosted its 29th Annual Business Excellence Awards at the Community Auditorium.
Just off the top, obviously being recognized tonight, congratulations. What does that mean? Because so many great names nominated tonight.
You know what, pretty impressive evening of local business trying to build on local success. That's what we do. So it's a great group of people to be part of. And I think, Thunder Bay, it's a happening place. There's lots going on, and there's a ton of great businesses here that are helping build it. I'm just super proud to be a part of that group.
Okay, and something you mentioned during your acceptance speech, everyone here is obviously driven for success itself, but also building this community, doing right by it. What does that mean to you?
So, it's Thunder Bay, it's uniquely situated. We're in the center of the country, and we've got such great opportunity to be able to grow locally. The company that I'm, growing at the present time, we're going coast to coast slowly. We're in 6 different airports with almost 350 staff within the group. So it's nice to be able to keep it local. We're going to be, headquartering ourselves here at the Thunder Bay Airport, which is a great place to be, and it's great for our team and great for the community.
Guess my final question, it's almost going to sound like a post-game hockey question. What is that drive to win something like this, though, and just the work that goes in? Because, again, everyone in that room tonight, pretty incredible what they do.
Business is driven by people that don't mind working 20 hours a day and want to see that success. So for us, part of our goal, of course, is success not only for our employees and our team members, but again, the community. And so working with these great people, and a lot of these companies here tonight are suppliers or partners already, so it's such a great group of people locally, it really does stand out. And just proud again to be a part of it. It's a pretty big night.
Anything I might have missed you'd like to add on it?
I think you're good. All good.
Nice to meet you. Congratulations. Thanks for taking a minute. Off the top, I know this is the second time back after the pandemic. Just take me through. A lot of smiling faces in the room this evening. How great is this event for the Chamber?
It's always a wonderful night just to celebrate the amazing business people and charities in the community. So many great stories to tell. Brings everybody together to, kind of just celebrate what they've been up to, and we just love this event. So great to have a full group of folks tonight, and so many amazing nominees and winners, and looking forward to what the next 12 months will bring for next year.
And I don't want to bring the cliche, but honestly, with all those names on the board, no one's really a loser tonight, I'd say. Just talk about how incredible these businesses are, regardless whether they won or not.
Absolutely. 61 amazing businesses and charities in our community that are, employing amazing people, doing amazing things, helping our community to be the amazing place that it is. So kudos to all of them. It's been a wonderful night to celebrate, and hope that everybody continues to support local, because these are the folks that really make our city the amazing place that it is.
Okay, and then maybe 1 or 2 more quick ones. I think it was the last acceptance speech there for Entrepreneur of the Year. That gentleman obviously said, we all drive for success, but everyone around this room drives to make this community a better place first and foremost. You kind of touched on your second answer there, but why is it so important to recognize those that aren't just here for success, but businesses that are making Thunder Bay a better place?
Absolutely. These are the, local businesses, what drives our economy, what creates the jobs for our friends and neighbors and family. They're the core of our community, keeping paying taxes to keep our city going, and just making sure that we have a thriving community. So that's why it's so wonderful to bring so many of them together to celebrate their success and their hard work, and maybe put their feet up for a little bit before they get back to the amazingly hard work that they do every day.
Okay, and last question. Plans for next year is going to be similar, or is that still in the making? Because back-to-back years at the auditorium, do we know anything at this point for 2024?
We will let you know when we know.
Okay, fair enough.
Nipissing Council has officially accepted the resignation of Pierre Pelletier, making him the second member to leave the Township Council in the past 4 months. Mayor Suzanne Kuko emphasized the importance of having enough councillors to maintain a quorum.
Another resignation for council. Could you comment on it, please?
Yeah, so unfortunately we did have a resignation from Councillor Pelletier, which we accepted with regrets tonight for personal reasons. That's the reason that was given to us, and I don't feel comfortable commenting any further. It's not really my place, so yeah.
Is this in any way related to the prior resignation?
No, I don't think so. Different personal reasons.
Okay, great. With a new councillor coming in and the decision to appoint, do you have any concerns with the number of councillors who have been appointed on the Nipissing City Council?
Yeah, I mean, these things happen, right? I mean, things happen in people's lives or in their situations, and being a council member is difficult. It's very time consuming. It can be very stressful. I mean, you deal with a lot of different issues. And of course, we would prefer to have those who were voted in to be on council, and that would be the preference probably of the community as well. But sometimes things happen, and we just keep moving forward. You know, we have quorum. We currently have quorum. We were never left without quorum, so that's good. And so we have decided at this council meeting tonight that we will not be going with a by-election, that we'll be going with an appointment process, and we'll be taking applications again. We did get a good amount of applications the last time, and I have had some individuals from the community speaking to me about being interested in applying, some different individuals. So we decided tonight to give those other individuals a chance to apply as well, and to those folks that did apply when Mr. Zechner resigned, to give them another chance to apply as well.
Do you see the potential for a youth council benefiting Nippigan?
I think there is a huge benefit to have a youth council member or a youth council involved with our town council. I think youth engagement is so important to retaining our youth. I mean, I know they have to go away to school and everything, but we really want them to engage and care about their community, so that when they do go off and, you know, have their experiences and get their education, that they want to come back and live in their home community again. So Nippigan, as far as I know, Nippigan has never had a youth counselor or a youth council, and that's something definitely that from the discussion we had at tonight's meeting that we would be willing to look into and hopefully set up for September. So myself and council members, a few council members attended Good Roads Conference in Toronto, as well as the NOMA conference, or sorry, the Roma Conference in Toronto as well in January. And we did have 2 delegations with the Ministry of Transportation during those. And the great result is that we're in June, early June, we're going to be having a meeting with MTO staff, and they're going to be discussing with us about their new techniques and any ideas that they have moving forward for next winter to improve the winter maintenance on 1117, which is really exciting. So we're doing that, and also we brought forward some issues that we're having with our highway corridor here, and the congestion, particularly during congestion really happens on a daily basis there, but also, you know, really bad during the highway closures. So they heard us, which is great, and they're going to be bringing that forward to us in that meeting as well. The staff will be coming to us with the new plan for that corridor, for widening it and any other plans that they have, and hopefully we'll be looking at a plan that will improve that corridor, because it can be pretty hairy there sometimes. So
yeah, I heard discussion about the potential for scheduled closures rather than forced closures. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, so in discussions with some OPP members, there was some suggestions that perhaps an out-of-the-box idea for preventing these long closures in the winter due to, you know, fatalities and also, you know, jackknife transports and accidents and things like that, might be some prescribed closures. So, you know, looking at closing a smaller section for a couple of hours, ensuring that the plow operators can get ahead of that storm, and then moving on and doing the next section, everything, and just letting everyone know on the 511 website or whatever that when these closures are going to be. So that's something that we suggested, and I think that's something that the ministry is going to look at seriously to see if that could be a possible solution, because, you know, looking at a prescribed closure for, you know, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours compared to a 12-hour closure, or compared to, you know, it could be preventing a death. It could be preventing, as I said, a longer closure due to, you know, jackknife vehicles or accidents, things like that. So it's something that they're looking at, I think. So at the end of May, I believe that May 26th and 27th, the Ontario Health Coalition as well as the Thunder Bay Health Coalition are organizing a citizen-led referendum in the region to vote on whether or not you would like your hospitals privatized in Ontario. So we do have a strong volunteer base here that's been interested in running that referendum. So yeah, we'll be having that in Nipigon. I believe there's going to be a voting site at outside of the municipal office, as well as I think Zechner's as well, which is our local supermarket. So look for information on that if you're a citizen in Nipigon or anywhere else, and you believe that our hospitals should not be privatized. Then yeah, and if you don't know much about it, go to the Ontario Health Coalition website and take a look. There's lots of information on there, and decide for yourself what you think.
After a grueling 7-game series that included 5 one-goal games and a pair of overtimes, the Cam River Fighting Walleye prevailed over their local rivals, the Thunder Bay North Stars, in Game 7 to capture the franchise's first Bill Salonen Cup in just their second full season.
All right, what does this moment mean to you?
It means everything. The sacrifices that we went through this year, it's the best feeling I've ever had in my life.
How did you win this game?
Hard work. Came down to just hard work and working through our adversities, and we just got through it and we won.
Let's go! What does this moment mean to you?
I mean, it's something I'll never forget. Words can't really describe it right now.
How did you win this game?
We battled as hard as we ever did. I think our compete level was highest today than any other game.
How fun was this game?
Oh, I mean, something you dream of playing from when you're a kid, and you can't really, nothing describes it.
As a hometown boy, to win here in Thunder Bay too, it's got to be a little extra special too.
Oh, so special. I mean, like I said before, I grew up just 10 minutes down the road, and then to think I'm here playing for a championship in North Carolina.
Let's go!
So yeah, something I'll never forget.
All right, and MVP just to top it off, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's something I have to attest to my teammates, coaches, everyone. I wouldn't be able to be the player I am without them.
All right, Coach, can you talk about that game?
Yeah, I mean, it was back and forth. I didn't love our start. Thought our boys were a little jittery, but we got that goal, kind of settled in. Max got another big goal for us there, and we just kind of rolled from there. The first probably 12 minutes of the third was probably the most proud I've ever been of a team. The way we were reloading, getting pucks deep, above it. It's all those things that we've been talking about for like 6-7 months now, right? And to see it on full display in the biggest moments, it was really satisfying for sure.
And that final moment as the clock finally ticked down?
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to get it down, and then we get a penalty, and they get another one. Credit to them, no quit in that group. Down 3-1 to drive, and then almost come back here tonight. I think Campbell and Feist and those guys probably played the last 6-7 minutes, and Halstuck, credit to those boys, but super happy we came out on the winning end of this.
I know it's early, but looking forward ahead to the Centennial Cup. Here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. We went there last year, and I felt like we had some goalie issues, and more just happy to be there. But this year we're gonna approach it a little bit different. We want to go there and compete. We feel the draw is set up better than it was last year for the SI. So yeah, we'll enjoy this for a couple days, but the job's not done.
Who are you most proud of tonight? What players are you thinking of when they watch with the cup tonight?
It's hard, obviously Poufal, Morton, Jack Cook, Jeremy Dunmore had a huge game, but guys like Braham and Doucette really stepped up for us. They've kind of been up and down, but in the biggest moment they stepped up. But proud of literally each and every one of them, the way that they played and battled through this.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for today's edition of Word for Word. We'll be back next week with more interviews from across the Northwest.